Hello, my name is Mar and I'm an animator. I founded an animation studio in Japan, in Tokyo, a couple years ago. And we work in productions like what you're seeing here. Actually, what you see here is not what I'm doing right now. It's a recording, speed up, from what I was doing, I think, yesterday mostly, and 2 days ago. It's like new thing, so you haven't seen that. And it's for a project called My Holographic Heart. We'll talk more about that today. Actually, just so you know, we're streaming today on Twitch and on YouTube at the same time. So I will try to, if when I get comments, because you're watching it from one platform and not both simultaneously, when I get comments in the chat, I'll try to like read everything and then, hello, Zionist. So what I will try is to read, like I just did, read the comment so you know what I'm talking about. And some focus of today's stream would be mostly me explaining what we've been working on 2022, because until I think late summer 2021, I used to stream regularly, like once a week or every 2 weeks or so on, and it was casual for me to explain on YouTube and Twitch what we're working on. But since I moved to a new apartment, I struggled a bit with the internet connection and so on, I stopped streaming. But the studio have been creating a lot. Hello, Lauren. Nice to have you here. Today's stream should last around an hour. That's what I have scheduled. I will talk to you through all these projects we've been working on, keeping in mind that some are not released yet. Actually, none of them is released yet, so I cannot show you a lot or link you to the final thing, but I can tell you a bit on what we were doing. And for some, you can see like previews like this one, like you can see the character design, like in the top right corner, for example, of the project. We don't have music in my streams because basically people have different tastes. There's also copyright things to worry about. So if you want to have music, you can just like play it in some other way from your computer or device and enjoy those vibes. As I said, I've been a bit quiet online for the last year, but actually for patrons or patrons, you would say, they had a post monthly that's called like 20 like year number project status, and about that I know like what we're working on, what we're planning, so on. So right now I will use the project status that I released on November 7th to remind myself of what we're doing on. I will not just like read that, that's Patreon content, but it will serve me as a guide to let you know what we've been doing. And when there's something that I can show you, I will do so. Okay, so what have we been working on? So in the beginning of 2022, I was coming out from a trip from Spain, so we didn't have a project ready to start. So I spent the first months basically restarting. I was working part-time somewhere else unrelated. I was I was doing marketing along many other things here in Japan. And well, it was mostly telework, but I had like a part-time job. And in the other side of the time, I was like managing the team, like someone like talking with the team. I was doing marketing and I was talking with prospect clients. And one appeared that was for Lucky Leo project. Let me show you one of the screens that I've been able to share. As I mentioned, none of the projects that we work on this year are actually released, but some of the projects we worked in the last year were released, so I'll show you that too. So Lucky Leo is a trailer for a short film, and it was commissioned by a voice actor. So the voice actor voiced this like narration. The script is also theirs, and what I did is do simple animation / illustrations, put in some like camera movements to give depth and to help illustrate the story. That's a shrink. Like in the trailer, so the video we created is a trailer for the short film, but that trailer is already a story in itself. It just ends in a cliffhanger, basically. So that was commissioned by Suze Patrola, and it features. It's not yet. Okay, next project would be we work on. Next project I worked on was actually a solo project, which means that instead of having some people in the team, so like hiring other freelancers and then being a team and then thus we're a studio, in that project I worked alone because it was the storyboard. So basically it was the first time I was commissioned a storyboard for like a long like a long project. So basically it was for a pilot. It was a 20-minute worth story. I was given the script, was given lots of information, and basically put it together in many drawings. If you're not familiar of what a storyboard is, give me a moment, I could show you that. Hello, Pranay. Let's please keep it in English, although I think I kind of recognize the title of some song. This okay, so wait, do you mean that I should speak more? It is true that when I have a lot to say or when I get nervous, I speak very fast, and right now it's both. A storyboard is when you grab a script and you sketch how the camera will visualize, like what will the viewer see, right? So you say, okay, so the script says there's like you see a train rail next to a river, then we see a lady on a train and they say blah blah blah. And then you write, okay, so we'll see the lady from this angle, then the lady will do this and that, and you sketch that. So basically my second project of the year officially, so I did some other sketches and stuff, but basically it was the storyboard, like 20 minutes of a pilot, and I was really, really happy because I knew I could do it because I've done plenty of storyboards, but they were all much shorter. I was looking forward to the opportunity to do a proper long one, also with voices. The client actually provided already the recorded voices for the voice actors. So when I turn what you're seeing in their project, this is not what I was commissioned. This is an example. I cannot show you what I was commissioned because it's still not released. But imagine that it was this, and in that case, I would grab these images and put them into a video, and then the video would have the same timing, like each cut, like each drawing would have the same timing as we would see it later as if it was animated, and you could hear the voice actors speaking, some sound effects maybe, or maybe the sound effects are noticed as in text, something like that. So it was really, really, really good opportunity. I had fun, and I mean, it was a challenge obviously, but it was very nice. And yeah, we were very well with the client. I look forward to the next time, which will be animating that storyboard, but it's not the right timing in terms of finances and other life things. So for now, that project is like somewhat stopped. A Telegram group. No, actually, I don't even have Telegram. I didn't know like Telegram group is a thing. What I have that might be something similar is a Discord channel. So I'm replying to what Pranay just asked, and I can actually send you a link. Give me a moment. It was a very special project because it wasn't, even if it was a pilot, like a first episode of a series. The story already had lots of things created and released. Okay, so it wasn't. I had to study a lot of the world, the characters. I have lots of material, so it was a lot of putting everything on my head, asking lots of questions on how mechanics, world, characters think and work and behave, and then do the storyboard so it follows that same environment and so on. So it was a very special project. Then next, what I've been working on is something that you can actually see right here. We're still on production of this one. We started talking with the client. Like it was, lots of things were simultaneous to each other. Pranay says, I watched Ethan Becker tutorials too. I've heard this name before. I'll have to Google that later because I'm pretty sure I've heard this. Okay. So getting back into the topic, the next project we have been working on is my holographic heart. You have the links. You have a link on the description of the video on YouTube, but for Twitch, you can see a bit of what we started producing in the, I'll just share the link on Twitch, Twitch only. So it's basically the Instagram link I sent is for, it's just for the production crew and so on. It's not like a Instagram to be like shared all around, because basically we're still on production and this is meant to be a short film that mixes live action and animation. The producer came to us with a script, and what I did is I storyboarded everything, including the live action, and then the producer took the live action and like changed things as well, added their creativity of herself and the team, and then my studio, my team is doing all the animations, including this lady that it's just like, you cannot see exactly what she's doing maybe, but basically she falls into bed and she's like scrolling on an iPod and listening to music. I will not say more because it will be spoilers. And this project should, if everything goes well, launch in 2023. So really looking forward to it because it's looking so pretty. Like these images you're seeing, it's nothing. Like when you see everything in colors and more and things going on in there, it's beautiful. Actually, I can show you one final last cut. So hold on while I look for that. So basically it's this character. She's reading and now I stopped it, but there's some movement of the leaves around. She's reading and we'll have a zoom. You may have seen this image before because either you're in the newsletter, so you've seen a lot of some like work in progress, or it's because I used it as the thumbnail of one of prior live stream where we were testing things. I think a couple days ago. Speed, obviously the speed was very high, so that's why also it played a bit fast than it was intended. So let's go to normal speed and show you the clip again. There. So here's the actual speed. You'll see the cut in, and now it will go back to the other thing most likely. Okay. So this is a project we're working on right now, and while doing this project, I have been talking, because this project should, like production should finish early 2023, and I've been talking with the next client for 2023 already, like it will start after this is finished. But what I did is, what I often do is like I prepare the storyboard before finalizing the current animated project, so then after finishing production I can start the next production. So I've been working on a storyboard, and which was a commission in itself. I cannot say much about it, but basically I finished the storyboard and I delivered it to the client, and now I'm actually waiting for the review. And if everything goes well and they like what they see, the proposal makes sense in animation, in timing, and everything for them, then we'll do the animation next year. So that's like the basic commissions we've been receiving this year. And as you see, a lot of it I couldn't show because they're not released yet. Something that happened though that has been released is the project called, okay, so basically Taylor Cat Films created this short film, very, very beautiful message in it. And let me play it actually, stop talking. And basically it's like Taylor gathered a lot of artists, like make his own script, gathered a lot of artists and put together lots of animation. What you're seeing is not something my team did. What my team did is around, let me go very, very fast. It's around, I think like after the middle part, there you go. It's around here. I'm purposefully not showing you like with voice or anything, because if you want to see the story, you can see it. So from now, this is us, our team in 2022. This character, the strawberry, the butterfly, obviously, and then we have a sky, a whale. We're obsessed with whales. And the whale goes up and finds a panther, and boom, magic. And that's it. So that's the part that our studio did, and it got released now 2 years later. I'm very happy to see it released because the team did a very great job, and it's also a beautiful story. I'm very happy for Taylor and very grateful to have been contacted by their I'm trying to keep things neutral and it's a bit difficult, So they are like, they're very talented, and it just I'm just so happy to have been given the opportunity to do this, and that now it's in a beautiful project. It also got like, there's another video that got released in that we work on 2020. Let me look. Why is it not linked? So this is as you can see, it's a loop animation, and it's used for basically for chill. Like in this case, it's music, lo-fi for cooking. But basically, it's a very very chill animation done with the team in 2022. Um, and I'm very happy also with this one. Honestly, because it's 2 years old, I'm freaking out about the eyes of the character. I'm like, she could be so much prettier now, you know, like the chest area. But the animation is fine. Actually, I'm pretty sure we use rotoscopia, which is the same, but I actually feel my hand. Like, you can see it on screen, like my hand is very similar to the hand of the character, right? Why would that be? So we use that technique in a way that we have the blink, we have the smoke, beautiful background, and very very beautiful message that I try to incorporate. Do what brings you joy. In this case, she's cooking and she looks happy, so cooking this. It's actually, I don't know if you realize, but this look is related to other ones and all together form a little story. So we can get more to that. You should sell these clips to someone. Actually, you mean this? This is a commission. I was commissioned to do this, so actually it is sold in a way already. So this is by posted by a certain art. They were the client, and same for this clip, which is a clip commissioned by Taylor Cut Films. That's why it's in their YouTube, and yes, in their YouTube channel and so on, is because they commissioned our studio to do this. I don't know if you were meaning that in this case, but that's what I understood from your message. Okay. And actually, I have to mention about the Wakanda project. I'll have to mention it in new posts, newsletters, and so on. Talking about newsletters, we've done more things, but before, I think there's one final project I want to talk about, and that is, actually there is a mistake here. Oops. Okay, the Glassgate animatic. So actually, this book released by let me like that, released by Hannah Sandvik, friend of mine. She's amazing romance fairy tale author, and I was glad to be one of the beta readers, and it's a wonderful story. And already when doing the beta reading, I wanted to do like some fan art of their work, and then I thought, oh, but anyone can do fan art. Whatever my thoughts. It makes no sense. Not anyone can do fan art. Delete what I just said. In any case, I was like, I want to do more than fan art. I want to do sorry, I was thinking illustration. Usually I do an illustration, other characters. I saw some other people doing it. It's like, I can do more because there's this person who does comic, and I can also do comic, but what if I do an animation? So I thought, how about I do a storyboard, basically. And then it's like, okay, if I do a storyboard, it should be a video. And in the end, I started grabbing the book, and I went, I really, really like this scene. And I just got like one chapter, and everything more things, like almost a chapter and a half, and started preparing a storyboard. And I want to turn that, like, that's the original, okay? No one asked me to do it. Although I did tell the author, hey, I'm creating this, so I have permission to post it, right? So it's like they know it's coming and I'm doing it, so on. So the author knows I'm creating an animatic, which would be a video with the characters like explaining the story, but they were very like sketch-like. They like voices, effects might be not in sound, but like noted as text. So it's enough to get an idea of what's going on perfectly. It's just like sketches instead of the final illustration. So a storyboard is like the sketch until the final illustration, that would be the animation. In this case, The storyboard is started. I'm very excited about this, but it cannot be a priority. The priority would be the paid clients, and something I would like to have for these stories to have at least the voice actors, because otherwise the storyboard if I post it, it has no audio. I mean, I could add some music and then the characters have the voices as like subtitles, like they speak as subtitles, but you don't hear anything. But I know it will gain so much more personality, and it will be so much better if I get voice actors. So I'm thinking like, how can we get to that point? Because it is a self-started project, and the storyboard is drafted. It's almost done. It's almost done. I'm just missing like checking some things. Like I have some storyboard books, and usually I check like, okay, did you check that the character goes through these phases? Did you check that the ending does this? Is this interesting enough? How about these camera movements? Would they help your story? So I have some notes. I have to go through that, improve further my sketches, and then I will storyboard it on screen. Actually, one of my ideas would be a screen that like do that on a stream, maybe. I don't know. I cannot make any promises right now. This stream is a bit of a test still to see what can be done with my current setup, while I'm giving some more value by explaining what we did this year, because we used to share this, and I know some of you appreciated knowing what the studio is creating, and but that hasn't happened in a time. So it's like, okay, since now I just tested that the setup works, let's do at least one stream when I'm like explaining what's going on. Pranay says I follow W Loop, like Vloop, Sakimi-chan fan art when I started digital painting. Yeah, I did that too. I also followed them years ago. I haven't seen their art in quite some time, or at least like following it a lot of time. But I did get a lot like my digital inking style, especially when I go a bit realistic. It does have their influences. Like their coloring style is so great. I mean, honestly, I really like it. And yes, good recommendations. Yes, I hope they. I'm glad to see that they inspired more people. So I hope you learn from them too. Um, okay, so that would be the other project I've been working on. The only original piece really that I've been working on this year, and it's not exactly original. It's more like it is self-started. Like it, I have not been commissioned this, even if I know the author, and the author knows it's coming. Like they would allow me to post it and use the name. I really look forward to spend some time with it. I don't think I'll be able to do anything related until next year when I finish the project I'm working on, because something that happened is that this project I wanted to finish production by the end of this year. However, this project, I'm talking about this one, my holographic heart. So the idea is that maybe we could have been able to finish the production of animation by the end of the year. However, it was the first time we were mixing live action and animation, like in the same cut. And that brought some difficulties, really. So it's good that we asked for, like, okay, so it could be done by December, but please count on the clips coming on, like, another date that we set. And I'm so glad I said that, because not only, yes, it was challenging to make, and I'm very happy with how it's turning, like, even having, like, this extra margin to, like, okay, if things don't go as planned, we have time to, like, navigate other solutions, creative ideas. But I also got sick for a week. My team also had like some like times where they requested some more margin to deliver the tasks in different dates. So I'm very glad that we had like this margin, but also means that we've been really busy. I mean, it was somewhat part of the plan that before finishing the project, I would be talking with the next client. So, but that also takes some time. So, like, basically, it keeps me busy. Actually, if I'm not talking with the next client, I'm doing the work to research for the next client. So, maybe that wouldn't have had an effect, really, overall. More like emotionally, actually. But yeah, that would be the recap. It took around 40 minutes. I still feel it's very strange because it's like just me talking instead of prior streams where it was like me drawing, chilling, or silence moments, replying more to comments. But I thought it was time to explain what we've been working on, and this was the time to make me do it, to make me to. This was perfect to make myself do the job of explaining you what has been going on. As mentioned, with mistake, I'm not seeing my own recording, so wait, let me put this here. Will make it easier. So I've been describing to you what we've been working on this year, but as mentioned, I was guiding myself based on a Patreon post that has more information about each. So basically, each month for Patreons, from the I think the first tier available, they get like a post of like what's been going on this year. They get links of what's been released, links of what's in pre-production, what's in production, and also other extra projects. I actually can mention some extra projects that they're not as tricky, it's just that listed there. The ones that I could mention is, for example, like, okay, so we're also in the Discord community. We updated the FAQ page of the website. We added one page summary of the studio. That the studio website is only in English, but now it has one page where it summarizes everything we do in Japanese. So it's one page in Japanese. Just we are these people. We have this type of projects. Do you want to be part of our team? Things like that. We've had the monthly newsletter. We updated the Behance page. I got the new computer. There's like various informations that I gave. Oh, something interesting is that I documented my. Okay, can you? Because for patrons, I made a huge step-by-step list of what I do to create storyboards. Huge list, super useful if you're into that. But I also created like a shrink, like summarized version from the client's perspective. So if you are to commission my team or myself storyboards, you will see more or less the steps that I will take. So you know what you're getting. Like, okay, so we talk about this in this step, then I create this sketch, then I show it to you. We talk about revisions, blah blah blah. So it's a bit more like that. So we created that. Can I access it? Of course I can access it. Just give me a moment. That's what the stream is about, isn't it? I go to the website and I believe I posted it as an article. So we have animation articles here, and the article, I made some articles this year, but one of them is hiring a freelancer to turn your script into a video storyboard. And that article 8, I'll share it with you right now. So if you're interested in storyboarding because you do it yourself, I suggest you become a patron. But in that case, it will be patron in the second tier, like the Witch Watcher right now, and then you can access like the human host list. But still, it can be helpful for you, or if you're thinking about commissioning a storyboard, to see the steps. So these are things we worked on this year, and digital security improvements, things like that. Now, what's the biggest thing that happened this year is that even more story. Let's go even backwards. I came to Japan, studied Japanese while having a part-time job. After that, I did a 2-year course of animation in Tokyo, 2D animation, anime style, the Japanese style, while also having a part-time job. When I finished that course, I decided that instead of joining a existing animation company studio, I wanted to create my own. But I was not ready to do the step because I had no clients, no team, lacking some experience even. So what I did is I joined the company where I was working part-time. I joined to them full-time, and on my free time, so anything else, I was working to create this studio. On 2020, I decreased that job from full-time to part-time. So from 2020, I've been doing part-time, something unrelated, but that also gave me a lot of experience actually, like managing a team, marketing, and startups. And look, I learned a lot there. It was actually a very good company to be in. But that was from 2020, where we started focusing on doing animation as a team and everything, while me working on it part time. And from past September, so uh, 2 months ago, around 2 months ago, it was September 21st, I stopped. I think I left that job to dedicate myself full time for this animation studio. So it was so exciting. Like it was a bit scary of a step. Like okay, now I'll just be my own business, an entrepreneur, and everything. And that was not. I mean, that was a calculated risk in the sense that we have some clients, I have some team, I have some experience on that. Suddenly things are going extremely well. It's just that things are going fluid enough that I believe I can leave this job and still have enough work to more like my goal is basically after leaving the job that I will keep with a similar salary in the year overall, but only working for the animation industry or maybe illustration, comic if necessary, storyboard, solo if necessary, but mostly projects. So far it's going well. And in these 2 months I've been working in this project. I've been talking with the next client. I've been working on improving the task management system for the team. I've been working on a new strategy to possibly increase our team, not just in general, like anyone who speaks English and has the skills we need, but also Japanese speakers to help Japanese speakers who want to join the team. Let me read the comments. Brian says, I remember you originally had fine art background. In a way, so I did. So in high school, I did the arts like specialty, like high school already, and in university I studied audiovisual communication. So in some like and in my free time I've done traditional art really. I've also did after my degree of like 4 years. I did some. I went to a school like so. I spent 1 year after university doing English, studying English, Japanese, and art. But art focused on comic, storyboarding, and the fundamentals, basic like foundation, like perspective and life drawing, and all more to get ready to go to Japan and reach my dream. Which in the end I have needed Japanese, I have needed English, and art background. So it was perfect. So yeah, I do have experience I've done in the past. Watercolors, I've done comics in traditional ways, like in traditional style. I've done, yeah, acrylic, watercolor, inks, lots of types of inks and pencil colors. So I do have a background of like more like fine art ish, like sketching people in real life and so on. Hello, Mocap. Happy to have you here on Twitch. Yeah, your teacher recommended you for some project. Hmm? Ah, okay. So Prana on YouTube says, yeah, our teacher recommended you for some project. Wow, thank you. I think I forgot that if you ever told me. Mocap asks, are you using Clip Studio? Yes. So let me explain something quickly. What you're seeing in this direction is a recording of what I was working on yesterday. It's it's animated. Well, basically, it's animation for a commission that's for a short film actually. So basically, I run a studio in Japan, and we're like we're 9 for this project, and I'm one of the main animators. But then there's people working on background, there's people working on CGI, and so on. And this short film, which also have live action, will release most likely next year if everything goes well. Okay, so this is a recording, but hold on a moment. Hold on. I'll stop that. And actually, for everyone watching, I think you will want to see this. There you go. Okay, so a bit of a treat. So this is the animation I did This is the animation I was working on for that recording. Now, this is my monitor right now, okay? So, this is the animation. She falls into bed, like the camera moves, that's the what the frame moving, moves the frame, and then moves this flag. So, that's it. Basically, I was inking this. It lags a bit, I feel. Better now? Yes. So that's the character falling into bed, scrolls a bit, like if you go a bit closer, you'll see that here moves a bit. Oh, is there a mistake here? There is a mistake here, but it's just delete. You have to just delete one of the fingers. So moves a bit, and then the legs move to the side. So basically, these are the keyframes. Now we need the in-betweener to add more in there. Is there a photo in the background? Okay, yes. So basically, as I mentioned, this project is a means of live action animation. Some cuts are fully live action, some cuts are fully animated, like background will be like painted, if that makes sense, it's an illustration. And some cuts, like this one, are using an actual, like they're using like a recording. However, because having the video behind the character all the time is very heavy for the file, I just took some screenshots. That's why it moves a bit. So this will be it. Okay, it's a bit strange. Mocap on Twitch. I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. Please feel free to correct me. Says I saw your Instagram. Nice work. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. If anyone is curious about my work or my team's work, because in my Instagram there's some teamwork. Like actually here, this animation you see here, I work on the keyframes, but someone helped, like definitely not Ranger. That's a whole name, brand name of one of our staff. Helped doing, for example, they did this. Can I? Because I think. So basically, they helped like animate a bit. Like basically, they helped me time and position the character in general. And then, like for example, they did this, right? But in some point I corrected and I put the character more like, okay, so these are the proportions, because my specialty would be more into consistency in the character, beautifying. But this stuff is a good animator in terms of like dynamics and motion and timing. So it's like, okay, so this character more or less like that, and then I correct the style, and then they correct the animation, and then in the end I do the key animation, which is what I was showing you. This, right? Like this is the key animation, and then the in-betweener will help like ink, like finish this character, and in this case, in the end, like for example, the legs are first here, then there. So basically the in-betweener will do the movement of the legs going from one way to the other, adding, in this case, another 5 drawings in between that. So that's a bit of explanation of what we're doing. Actually, we were finishing, we have another 5 or 10 minutes of stream at most, and it was actually getting to the moment of questions. More, I see a bit more. Oh, okay, I see now, yes. Let me go back to this pre-recorded screen. So what you're seeing now is pre-recorded from when I was working in the cut I just shown. And this screen is on speed up, so it's like, I think 1.3x speed. Otherwise it gets very slow. And also when I'm working on these things, sometimes I'm like, I stop to check a message, or I go drink water and so on, whatever, and it stops for a while. So if I had it speed up, it's easier to get through it. I see a few more questions. Okay, so Uchuman says, does the in-betweener also is the cleanup guy, or they're separate guys? Usually they also clean it up. So when I give the keyframes, they're clean up, and then either for the in-betweens, either they have absolutely nothing and they have to draft and then clean it up, or sometimes I give them already a sketch of the in-betweens and then they just clean that up. So it depends, but usually it's just like the keyframe artist and the in-betweener, and depending on the cat, they have a bit more to clean up or not. Frana says, I want to join in January. You mean our team? Chan chan chan. Okay, so I can talk about what are the ideas for 2023 in terms of live streaming, which are, I don't know yet, but now I have options. So basically, as I mentioned, I haven't streamed in a long time, a year and a half, like, I don't know, 2021, late summer, I think, were the last streams, but then they were already becoming irregular by then. And I'm thinking about basically, I haven't been doing much online this year. I was thinking, what will I do in 2023? And an option would be to go back to live streaming. But if I go back to live streaming, who would be the audience? What would be the goal? What would be the content? For example, will it be about animation industry, and then the audience are people who want to work in the industry? Would it be networking, so we do more interviews? Would it be community building, so we're just basically showing things we love, showing animations we do, showing and talking with people who also does animations and showing their work? So there's various strategies we could do just by streaming, right? But the thing is, there's more options out there. They could be also being more involved in, I don't know, TikTok. They could be being more involved in other things, or maybe I want to focus more on B2C, which is business to client, and then work more on the studio. But the thing is, work more in the getting clients for animated work. The thing is, I like streaming, but I didn't know if it was possible for 2023 until I tested the setup, and so far it's working really well. I finally achieved to stream both on Twitch and YouTube at the same time again. I could schedule the video. It went live when I wanted it to go live. It seems that the audio is working well. Please let me know otherwise. Or maybe you will not be able to let me know. I see comments, but let me finish what I'm saying. So basically, I was thinking, can I stream on 2023? And the answer is, it seems like yes. And now it's time for me to think about, well, will the content... This is a mistake. What I was saying, I don't know what we'll do for 2023. I don't know if we'll go back to streaming. Actually, I have some ideas that I can mention. I also mentioned a lot of my ideas on streaming in my recent video of a couple days ago. You can find it on YouTube. Actually, let me link it to you, because I don't know if you know, maybe even before the linking, let me share my screen and show you something. Okay, so this is my actual monitor, my YouTube channel, and this is where we are right now in this video live. It's in Spanish again. My settings just change things, even if my computer is on English and whatever. I keep changing things and it keeps going back to Spanish. This video that I did a couple days ago talks more about the videos I have for live streaming in 2023. I was testing lots of things on stream and so on, and this video is around 43 minutes. Actually, it was an hour and 8 minutes long, and I shrinked. So it's actually quite a smooth conversation now, where I don't like repeat the introduction and I just straightforward reply to people, things like that. So I will copy the link and send it to the chat to everyone. And I do see comments. I will go there soon. I'm not ignoring you. I just want to finish this. So basically, I'll let you know what ideas I have for live streaming 2023 before finishing this conversation. Now, if you see this video, you'll have even more details about that. But first, let me read your comments. Want to join Jar? Okay, so everything is running now. Says interviews, please. India's crazy for Japan art. If you can interview artists of Naruto, Dragon Ball, Studio Ghibli, and other famous series. Okay, so about I want to join in January. I'm still not sure what you meant. About interviews, I take your request. I don't know what I will do, but it's good to know what people want as well. So actually, I'll copy that. Human said, well, that's all. I am an animator in India and it's all the kids only industry side. Nobody's thinking about making anime. Well, it's depending on the circles, I guess. I like actually someone in my team is from India, so especially Chin-chan. Uh, I guess it's interesting to have like the both conversations there in YouTube right now, where there's people like, yeah, it's all about anime, but no, it's not. It's not all about anime, but actually, it's. I guess it's in groups of people, like in Spain as well, or and in Japan. There's a lot of people really into it, and that's a that's quite an amount of population interested, and if it's enough for the industry it will work. But obviously, there's also a bigger amount of people not interested. So I'm just guessing. It's the same. Obviously, the amount of population in each country changes, and the percentage of people interested also changes. So obviously, I cannot say numbers. Scoopy on YouTube says, "Have you heard of Tonari Animation?" Yes, actually, I interviewed their their creator, their founder. Actually, if you go to my videos, wait, it's not here. It will be in the streams? Uh, what is? It should be around. There you go. Interview to Jared from Tonari Animation. Yep, I've heard of them. Haven't been in touch for a while now, though, I must say. I shared to some Indian people your channel. Thank you very much. I hope they enjoy it. That was for Pranay in YouTube, and also Uchiman says, great to see you streaming back. I watch you a lot of streams of Moon and the Sea. Oh, thank you, and those really help. So happy to hear that. They say, have you deleted those streams or are they behind a paywall? I don't believe I deleted them. Actually, the Moon and the Sea, they're here. You can see them on my screen. Like these 1, 2, 3, 4 are from like this character. They're from the Moon and the Sea, and they should be visible. I didn't know that. I'll watch that interview after this. Yes. Yes. So, possibilities. If I go back to streaming in 2023, I was thinking, one of the problems I had is that before I used to animate more than now, and now I'm doing more storyboarding. I'm doing more animation directing. I'm doing more marketing. I'm doing more like lots of things that I cannot share while streaming and chatting. So I was thinking, to when I am animating, I will record my screen, and then when I'm stream, I'm just me talking. If that day I can animate, you'll see me animate, but otherwise you'll see a recording like I was doing in this stream. And I also did a bit on my prior stream, one of the links I just sent you. So if you found that interesting to see like the recording of my animation when I'm talking, please let me know. Just let me know your opinion, what I think would be a solution. I also think of doing streams that are shorter, so then I can shrink them even more when they're uploaded. So on YouTube, on Twitch, the streams disappear after a while. But on YouTube, I can take the video and shrink it a bit, meaning I take out like be right back, pauses, and things like that. They shrink it, and it's very easy for people to then watch the recorded video and get straight to the point of the information I shared. That's one idea. Another idea I'm having is, as I mentioned, interviews, but I need to think about what the goal is. More about networking. Is it about team, like animation industry? Is it about the fans? Like, should I interview like the big creators and let them talk about their big things they just released? So that's some ideas. Another idea I have is that it's not just me. This is a studio. So there's other people in our team that actually like streaming. So should I give this channel and have like, imagine Netflix, imagine TV, like traditional television, when you have one channel and then there's different programs with different hosts. So maybe one day of the week you have me, maybe another day you have the background artist doing some art, maybe another day you have another animator talking about their stuff or like animating on screen. Another day maybe you have the colorists, the CG artists, I don't know. So that's another idea to like just give more life to this studio. Like it's not just me. I keep repeating all these works. I didn't do them alone. It's a lot of creative people together. Oh wait, I found that YouTube has a live section separate than videos. Yes, it's very difficult to find. That's a bit annoying because if I keep doing videos, even if they unshrink it and everything, people will not find them. That's something I don't like. Like I like that they're separate because it makes things easier to see like, okay, this is live stream, it's a very different type of program or video. But people can't find them, they're not used to that. So we'll see. That's something to think about. Pranay says do weekly, it's not necessary daily. It's not possible daily either. I have a lot that I'm dealing with as studio owner that I can't. So, but weekly could be a possibility. Weekly streams from my side, and then maybe other teammates can do some other days or some other times that they. Uh, your color tips YouTube shorts. Ah, wait, raw tips YouTube shorts. You mean I could do YouTube shorts about drawing or coloring tips? I think I'm understanding correctly. What inspires you in certain anime or your experience in YouTube shorts? Mm, that could be, yeah, okay. I think I understand. Like you're giving me ideas of YouTube shorts. I have to watch YouTube shorts. Is it like TikTok? I'm not even sure, but let me know the ideas like color tips, drawing tips. I'm just noting. Again, I need to think first like what's the focus? Like am I focusing on other artists? Am I focusing on just fans of a genre? Fans of animation? So I'm thinking like is it about showing expertise to show clients and know what I'm talking about? Enough for the project. They hire me. Obviously I have a lot to learn. We have a lot to learn. Disclaimer. Anyone can see. So if any client hires us, they see our portfolio and they see we can do this and probably something a bit better because there's a lot of projects we're doing and stuff that it's not yet outside, and also each project should also improve on the next one, but basically that's our level. Well, we should be closing up. I said that I would stream for a shorter time this time, and it's already a longer video. I need to get better at this, but it happens that at the end of the stream things get more lively and more people get in, which is good. It's good. It means it's liked at a level. Otherwise, at the beginning, many people will get in, and then it's like, I'm getting bored. Bye, which could be. Okay, so those were my ideas. Streaming Twitch and YouTube, the shrinking videos idea, various host idea, pre-recorded stuff. But in the end, it's about what's the goal. Like if the goal for me is creating a community, maybe it's not even a streaming. It's about Discord and talking in other servers. I don't know. It's about Instagram. So right now I know that YouTube and Twitch are an option, and I need to think about it. I cannot promise going back every week unless I figure out a bit more. Maybe I'll have some more streams randomly, but I will not promise to be regular until I know what will happen. I see more feedback. Different studio people, different work stream sounds great. It feels good to know how real people coordinate behind the curtains. Thank you. I'm glad to read about that. And yeah, I didn't think about that, but yeah, let me know that actually. Oops. No. Like about how we coordinate. That would be an interesting topic. That's basically my job, coordinate everyone. Oh, hello, Alex. In YouTube says, how would you recommend starting animation work from beyond? How would you recommend starting animation for work beyond making a portfolio? Okay. I'll read that again with the right intonation. How would you recommend starting animation for work beyond making a portfolio? I'm shy to apply as I've never worked in animation before and don't even know where is good to apply. Okay. This is a very specific comment that we should it should bring its own stream or podcast as a very quick thing, because we're closing this live stream today. I'll just say everyone starts somewhere, so you will have heard this, but don't be shy, you already have a no. So even if you don't feel ready, you can still apply to many places. um, Having a portfolio obviously helps. Other ways would be, mm, I mean, if you don't have the experience, I think portfolio is not something you should skip. You have it to talk to people, and then like just connect with people, connect with peers, with possible clients. And but at some point you need some portfolio, website, YouTube channel. It doesn't have to be like the classic like page portfolio, or like just like a very simple website, just an account on Instagram where you have some animations, things like that. Is helpful. I don't know if I'm replying exactly your question. About, I don't even know where is good to apply. Basically, I would start with the animations, like which animations do you like, and look for who did these animations. For example, you like, I don't know, Spirited Away, and then you learn, oh, Ghibli did that. How do I apply for Studio Ghibli? Like that's a very big thing. I do not recommend for starters, but it's an example. Like, who do you like? Who did that thing? Then you can also look like online, not just like the big movies in the cinema. You could look for TV series, web series, like who did that and how do I apply. There's also listings online. But anyway, I'll keep reading the comments, but I need to be closing, so I kind of promise an answer. I have a small 2D and big 3D portfolio, right? That's good. I need to connect to some people, definitely. Thank you, by the way. You're welcome. I just went really fast into that. So today we've been talking about long time no see. How have you been? Hello, Annie. We're actually closing the stream today. I suggest that you watch today's recording. Jimmy's goodbye. Sorry, I didn't have much to say. That's completely fine. I'm very happy to have you here. I was guessing that you were still here. I somehow knew. You don't have to. Maybe you just say hi in the beginning and then that's it. But I have that feeling. Reading the comments distracts me. I'm really not used to streaming anymore, but I missed this. I actually missed it. I need to remember that I missed this when I make my plan for 2023, because that means I will have fun. At the same time, streaming, it's not just like this hour I'm here. It's also thinking about what what I'll say, what do I have to show, scheduling, marketing the stream, then doing the stream, then shrinking the video. There's a lot of work related, so I have to both think like the pros and the cons. So how fun it is, how much time it takes, what's the goal, and everything. So today we've talked, just to recap for the people that just joined, we've talked about which projects we've worked on in 2022 as a team and as myself, based on our Exposito studio, our Exposito animation and comic studio, created here in directing from Tokyo, Japan, and also a lot of animating and arting from Japan, but also with lots of team around the world. What you're seeing around my animations all around, I have not done them alone. There's a lot of artists involved. And we have also talked about what is the future of this channel on YouTube and on Twitch. The answer being that it's been quiet for a while, for more than a year, and I wanted to test if the setup still works, if it works in the internet, and from now on, my to-do is to think for next year, what will happen, what's our goal, what will we stream if we stream. So for now, if you just joined, I recommend that you watch the recap video. From tomorrow, most likely in 24 hours, I will have shrinked the video on YouTube, just to take out repetitions and so on. But it will be available as soon as I stop this recording. It will already be available, and I don't think we had a lot of. There's not a lot of to shrink or like to repeat today. Really, I didn't have like a pause. Like I went like I don't know 10 minutes out or things like that. So I think it will be already relevant if you just watch the recording as it is. Now, Enyo San says, really good to see you still. Yeah, it's fine. Glad to see you here as well. I'm very happy to see people that we haven't talked in more than a year, maybe. So, getting to it. Thank you very much for being on this stream, and hopefully we'll be in touch. Otherwise, you have a lot of videos around from this channel. I hope wherever you watch this, there still exists the channel. No, I mean most likely in the future, someday everything will maybe disappear or be in some other platform. But for now, please enjoy the videos that are now on YouTube. The Twitch video on demand should be also available for some days. And I hope you have a very, very nice sort of mid end of the week. And that's it from me. Goodbye.